The show is the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my professional career. I'm so unbelievably grateful for the experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, it's something that I had spoken to Michael about in a lot of ways, and I said that I wanted Bjorn to go at the hands of somebody like Ivar. I mean, nobody would be expecting that, which is why I think it's a genius move. If it wasn't Ivar, then it would have been by his own hand, or something so tragic that the audience was just kind of floored by it, because it's so obvious for Bjorn to finally come up and achieve all this greatness and take his brother down and save the day, and it's kind of what everybody secretly wants, and that's kind of what I loved about the choice. I'll tell you this though, he doesn't go without a fight, and whether or not he is still alive, you will see a version of Bjorn in the next season in some way, shape, or form. And I think Bjorn has come to this really kind of tragic realization that he's done all he can, and that obviously there's always more that he could do in terms of traveling and seeing more, but it's very tragic for his character because he wanted so badly to make his father proud. And essentially, in his death, he did do that. He got Kattegat back. He's inspired his people. He traveled to unknown lands. And I think it's only up until his death when he finally becomes the man that he's been searching for this whole time. I hope he's remembered as a man who followed his heart and as a just leader. And I think his regrets stem from his ambitions to expand and be a great leader, while at the same time his abilities as a father kind of fell to the wayside. And I think that's the thing that I think a lot of people struggle with. And that's kind of why I think a lot of people have really taken to this show. It's not only has it reinvigorated this kind of interest in a culture that otherwise not been spoken about nearly as much, but also at the end of the day, at the foundation of this show it's about a family, and it's about human beings. And I think we can all relate to that struggle between following one's passion and dream and at the same time still being able to raise a family and be the kind of father that you hoped you could be. So I think that most specifically for Bjorn, I think he wished he could have been a better father. And he admits to that later on the show. And that's something that I spoke to Michael about in depth, was how important it was that we had that kind of closure, that he admits his wrongs before he goes. And I think in that sense, the fans will certainly feel some sort of finality in his death. The most tremendous gift I think any actor could be given. I mean, I don't know very many actors who get to say that they've shown this sort of a growth in a character and this kind of an arc over so many years. I mean, I started this show when I was in my early 20s playing a very young Bjorn, and now the character is in his, almost 40, and he has 4 kids. Something like that, I can't remember now. But, that was incredible, and such a weird thing for me as well, because, I also grew up on that show, in a lot of ways. So as my character was growing, so was I as a person and as an actor. So the two parallel each other, and you can really see that transition on screen, which is pretty remarkable to always have that, The show is the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my professional career. The crew and the cast is family, really. I mean, leaving that is insane. I still don't even know if I've really fully processed it, but it was also like, when I signed on to this show, it was 10 episode seasons, 4 months out of the year in Ireland. Then it was 20 episode seasons, 11 months out of the year in Ireland, with a month break for Christmas. I couldn't go home because I was working basically every day. I couldn't see my friends or my family. So there was a part of me that was also relieved. I mean, I'm so unbelievably grateful for the experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But at the end of it, I was really ready to go home and move on from it, So it was very bittersweet. And I think when the final, I'll never forget it actually, when they finally said cut on my last scene, it was like I was in a dream. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is done. This whole part of my life is gone. It's just done. And I'm not only just leaving this character and this amazing show that I've been a part of, but I'm leaving my home, which was Ireland for so long, and these people who are my family, and that was a very trippy experience. But I mean, the show has led to so many opportunities for me. I'm so lucky. To be an actor working is a success, so to be an actor working on something you're proud of is just a cherry on top, and I'm just so excited for what the future holds. And never say never, who knows? This might not be the end of my time with Bjorn, Netflix has just picked up a new spin-off series, and I know that there has been chats about possibly doing films about it, and I do think that there's a lot more story that can be told with this show if it was done the right way. So, I mean, there's just so much incredible history, in the Vikings culture, so who knows?